Can you pitch fine in the bullpen and also in your warm-up? But once you have to pitch in front of others, like in a game situation, things start to go downhill. Hi, I'm Dr. Patrick Cohn, a mental performance coach at Peak Performance Sports. Welcome back to another episode of the Sports Psychology Podcast. In this episode, I'm going to answer a question from Derek about how to take his bullpen performance to the mound without having the yips. You're watching the Sports Psychology Podcast. Here's what Derek had to say about his yips. I pitch and I have the yips. When I throw batting practice or I pitch with a catcher in the bullpen, it's fine. I pitch well. As soon as a batter enters the batter's box, I start to yip. Game situations or batters in simulated situations are problems for me. Why do the yips get worse in a game situation? Hey, before we get rolling, please like this video, subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Okay, so what's the issue here with Derek? So Derek can throw fine in the bullpen when it's just him and the catcher. He can throw fine in the warm-up. So what does that indicate? That indicates his pitching is pretty good. He doesn't have the yips in those situations. Well, what's changing when he goes to the mound or he's in live situations pitching against his teammates? Well, there's only one thing that changes, and that's there's a greater opportunity for embarrassment in that situation. In other words, he doesn't want to look silly. He doesn't want to get beat by his teammates. He doesn't want to get beat in the game and thus feel embarrassed. The number one fear for pitchers with the yips is when they have high fear of embarrassment, what we call social approval. They worry about how they're going to be judged by teammates, by fans, by coaches, by peers, even the other team, how the other team is going to look at their performance. So what are the yips? If you're not familiar with the yips, to me are a mental game issue and are caused by severe fear leading to over-control. That over-control doesn't allow the pitcher or anybody that's throwing a ball, could be in serving too as well. It doesn't allow anybody that throws a ball to throw it freely. They tend to control their release. They tend to control their arm slot. They tend to think too much about how to throw a ball or pitch a ball, which is very natural for them in the first place. And now they're overthinking their throw to the point where they feel like they have no control. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but the more pitchers focus on what their arm is doing in space, the more they focus on controlling every single movement of their pitching action, the more they're going to yip it. Exactly. So that's what the yips are. Now you could ask maybe 10 different mental coaches or 10 pitching coaches on what the yips are, and you're going to get different answers all around. But from a mental game perspective, and having worked with many ball players on this issue, I can tell you that it's driven by extreme fear, often fear of embarrassment and over control, to the point where athletes feel out of control. All right, so when you go to the mound from the bullpen and it starts on the mound, has your pitching action changed? Have your skills changed? No, you're still the same pitcher. You're still the same skilled pitcher. The only thing that's changed is your perception of the situation. Well, what? What's changed in that situation? Now there's more people watching, and now I'm battling against a batter. I don't want to lose. I don't want to embarrass myself. That's the only thing that's changing when you go from the bullpen to the mound. Now, I do work with some ball players that struggle in the bullpen and their warm-up as well. But most likely, pitchers can throw freely and accurately with control in the bullpen, but then they go to games and things start to break down. That's because of this phenomenon called social approval, fear of failure based upon fear of embarrassment. So we help ball players and golfers and even tennis players with the yips by helping them identify their specific fear and manage that social approval, fear of embarrassment, by helping them focus on the process and by helping them trust in their skills. In other words, getting back to intuitive pitching or athletic pitching rather than over-controlled pitching. When those things start to transpire, we can get the athlete to free up that arm action. Then we can start to get a little bit of confidence going. Once we get a little bit of confidence going, That's going to help them trust their action more. So there's several components here in order to solve the yips. I just can't tell you one thing. This is what's going to happen. This is what will help you solve the yips. And it's not a simple solution. I tell my clients, look, our job is to get you to 9 out of 10 free throws or accurate throws. Every now and then, you're going to make a 10th throw. That's okay. That's not the yips. So we don't look at cures or solutions. We look at education and helping athletes free up their arm in this case. If you want more information about dealing with the yips, jump over to our website at baseballyips.com, throwingyips.com, and there you can read more articles about what the yips are. You can watch videos, listen to podcasts, and if you want the full treatment, contact us at peaksports.com, and we'll give you some information about our one-on-one mental coaching programs specifically for the yips. In addition, we have a program out. It's called Breaking the Yips Cycle for ball players. You can also get that at peaksports.com. Thanks for watching.